All right, hello everybody. We're here today. We're excited to talk about some new B Body Mopar stuff we got for some classic B Body Mopars. We love these things and we've been playing with them a lot, and obviously we love Gen 3 Hemis, so we decided to put the two together. It's a great platform. Mopar did a great job on these engines, and there's tons of them out there in junkyards. They have tons of crate engines for them. So we're just really excited to get to marry these old engines up with, or these new engines up with these old cars. So we've worked on a swap kit for the B Body Mopars, and we're going to talk about it a bunch today. So my name's Tim Grillo. I'm the Director of Engineering, and with us today is Matt Bell. He's the platform engineer for these things, so he's going to walk us through a lot of the work that we've done on these things.
What you see is a 1966 Dodge Charger. It was originally a 318 car with a 383 swap when we bought it. What we've got inside here is a 2016 6.4 liter Hemi out of a 2016 Challenger. So this swap, what we've done is we've moved the motor forward about an inch to be able to clear some stuff in this area and around the firewall. Your variable runner solenoid clears the firewall. You can see it clears the wiper motor with all the covers on. Covers all clear. Brake booster clears. This is a, I believe this is a 10-inch brake booster. Still clears. Factory power steering pump. Of course, this car came with electric power steering. The donor car did. This car will have the hydraulic conversion, which is just an older hydraulic pump that we stab onto the motor there. These come off the earlier 2014 and earlier, I believe, and also some Jeeps, and there's some truck versions as well that have a different reservoir tank. You can see here we've used all the stock accessories. The power steering pump, AC compressor still fits, of course stock water pump. The alternator is also stock, and we did not have to clearance anything for the alternator to fit. It fits right in there real nice.
So Matt, these 6.4s, how much power do these make stock?
These made 485 at the crank.
Yeah, so that's awesome. You know, just from a stock engine to be able to make that kind of power. You know, a junkyard guy who wanted to go the cheaper route, you could do a 5.7. Those are still 380, 390
to 390.
Yeah, so right in that range. So great horsepower out of these things. They're a lot cleaner than the old engines. They don't leak oil, so it's just an awesome swap. And like Matt said, they've done a lot of work positioning this really nice to where it doesn't hit everything, and all the stock pieces hook up, and so it's a really nice setup. The engine mounts and stuff, just like Matt was saying, where it positions the engine makes these just a perfect solution for these old cars. So we're actually going to lift this up now, and we're going to show you underneath, so you'll get a better shot of the motor mounts and the transmission mounts and some of the stuff that we developed underneath. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing up. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff under here that we're going to show you as well that makes this swap really easy. We're going to show you the motor mounts a little bit. We've developed an oil pan that makes this really easy. A transmission cross member, exhaust system. We've got an awesome set of headers for this thing. So we're going to go into a little detail on each one of these.
What we got here from Wyand is a sheet metal oil pan. It's got a nice machined flange, so you don't have to worry about leaks anymore. So you uses the stock gasket with windage tray, and because of that, it's designed for a cast pan, so that that's why we went with a flange that was machined. Better sealing functionality.
The sump of the pan clears all the steering components here, and it clears the K-member really nicely, so there's plenty of room around everything. So this pan is just a really nice fit in these old cars. We spent a lot of time figuring out engine placement and where the sump needed to be to optimize everything there. So it just makes it really easy. Again, we're making this kind of a drop-in situation really quick. These motor mounts right here, they just bolt right up to the engine. They bolt right up to the factory K-member, so it makes it, again, really easy. Everything we're trying to do is just make it bolt on easy, so there's no drilling, cutting, welding, nothing like that. We took care of that for you guys.
Also on the motor mounts, it's good to note that we use the stock rubber isolators, and they have to be dressed on the side to clear the block, just like all the other swap kits out there now.
Okay, so let's talk about the headers a little bit. So these headers are 1.7" primary. It's 304 stainless steel. One of the really nice features on these headers is these engines, these late model Hemis, depending on what you get it out of, they can come with a starter that either mounts on the driver's side or the passenger side. These headers are designed to work with either one. So it doesn't matter what engine transmission combination you have, these headers will work on any late model Hemi into an old B body. They fit up really nicely to our exhaust system. So we did two exhaust systems for this. We did both a 2.5 and a 3-inch. Both systems use the same basic geometry, and they both utilize a H-pipe crossover. So that gives it the really nice deep Mopar rumble that everybody loves. So that's really kind of the exhaust system. Matt, you want to talk about the transmission cross member?
We put a lot of engineering into this bad boy. It's obviously thick gauge steel there welded together. This will accommodate NAG 1 and 727 and the 8 HP 70, not the 90 yet. What we had to do in order to clear for the 8 HP and the NAG 1, you'll see if you can get up in there a little bit, you'll see we actually cut out the hoop as part of the unibody of the car and created this hoop bracket to get our strength back in there, and that'll be available. What you have to do to make that work is to beat on the floor pan, but there's no cutting for the NAG 1 or the 8 HP. You will have to clearance some of the tabs on the transmissions to make it clear the firewall nice, unless you want to do some cutting yourself. You can see the shift linkage still clears. You got enough room there, and you might want to put a little bit.
We put everything in our instructions on what needs to be clearance. And it's just some of the casting on the transmission. It doesn't hurt anything at all. It's just some clearancing for stuff that doesn't need to be there. Makes it fall right in here.
Right, and this thing's pretty beefy. We got clearance for you can see our 3-inch exhaust coming right through there. So that makes it real nice. Uses a stock GM style isolator there, trans mount. All the hardware and everything's included with the kit. You'll buy the cross member, and then you pick which transmission adapter you want.
Okay, so let's look at some of the stuff on the back of this car. Actually, there's some features on the back of this exhaust. The mufflers are our standard Hooker absorption style mufflers that we use on a lot of our stuff. They have a great muscle car sound to them. And then back here, one of the features on this exhaust system is we made kind of a modular exhaust tip for these. The ones that are on here right now are kind of a turn down. It's for guys, if you don't want to see the tip at the back of the car, we just have a turn down. They have a great sound to them, but we also have kind of a classic looking Mopar tip. It's a slip joint right here that you basically undo this clamp and it'll slip over. This actually isn't the one for this car, but conceptually it'll sit up here and it tucks into the bumper really nice. And we're going to offer these for the different B bodies. So there's how many of these are there, Matt?
At least 2 different links we can go around.
Yeah, so there'll be a part number on our website of these to be able to put it on different B bodies. But it'll give you the classic Mopar look if you're looking for that, or we have the turn down. We're actually going to finish this car out, so as we come across more problems, we create more solutions. That's kind of what we do. So we're really excited for all this stuff, and again, just go to holley.com and check it all out.